It's decaf o'clock. Check out my mug a viewer sent me. My blood type is coffee. This is so me. If you're new here, hi, I drink a lot of coffee. In today's video, I'm gonna be reviewing some new drugstore skincare products. These are products that I've seen here and there, commented on in my shop with me videos, but I've finally gotten a chance to test these out. So I'm going to be speaking about not only the ingredients and what the ingredients do, but I'm gonna comment on the overall texture, consistency, and how the products perform. First of all, are some products from a brand which I've always commented, please come out with a fragrance-free line of products. And I don't know if they had their listeners on because they finally did, and that is Pacifica. Pacifica is a cruelty-free and vegan skincare brand that you can buy at like Target. And they came out with a vegan ceramide line of products that includes a cleanser, a moisturizer, an eye cream, and these little gel patches. All of the products are free of fragrance and they have marshmallow root extract. Marshmallow root extract has a bunch of polysaccharides, and those polysaccharides are not only moisturizing, but they have some anti-inflammatory properties. In addition to that, these products all have ceramides, which are wonderful for the moisture barrier. The cleanser is $10 for 5 ounces. It's a very creamy consistency. It's one of those cleansers that you're like, am I actually washing my face? Because it's very, very gentle and very mild. It has minimal lather. It reminds me a lot of the Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser, the creamy formula. Not the colorless clear one, but the creamy formula. If you wear water-resistant sunscreen, that's often very stubborn, especially with gentle cleansers. So if you're gonna use this, I do suggest using an oil cleanser first or a cleansing balm. But I was able to use this to get off non-water resistant sunscreen with no problem, and it took off my Maybelline mascara with no problem. I don't have anything bad to say about this, but honestly, this is one of those cleanser reviews where you're really pulling at hairs. I would say the notable feature about this is that it's cruelty-free and vegan. I know a lot of you guys are specifically seeking that out, so I don't have anything bad to say about it. Just know it is a very mild cleanser. Good for people who have very sensitive skin, dry skin, eczema-prone skin. If you've been using a lot of products, your skin is very irritated, but you just need to cleanse the skin as part of your routine to remove impurities, dirt, then this would be a good option. Now, the vegan ceramide cream is $16 for 1.7 ounces. On paper, I was really elated to see this. I mean, this is the kind of product where if I was doing a shop with me video, I'd pick this up and be like, wow, this looks really promising. It's got shea butter, which is wonderful for reducing transepidermal water loss. It's free of fragrance. It has niacinamide, which is great for reducing redness, addressing issues around hyperpigmentation. It's also a helpful ingredient for the moisture barrier, and it has anti-aging properties. And of course, it's got the marshmallow extract, as I mentioned earlier. It's also got oat flour in it. Now, oats are wonderful. They've got polysaccharides, they've got antioxidants called avenanthramides, wonderful for the moisture barrier. So on paper, this looked fantastic, but performance-wise, this was okay, not bad. I found this a little on the matte side as far as the finish. This moisturizer would be a good choice if you have rosacea prone skin, because a lot of people with rosacea, they don't tolerate heavy moisturizers. This has some ingredients in it which are beneficial for rosacea, niacinamide. The marshmallow root extract likely is going to help calm down some of that redness. The ceramides are good for addressing the barrier deficiency aspect of rosacea. So I think it's a good moisturizer for people with rosacea. If you have particularly dry skin, I think you're going to find that there's just something missing here. It has a bit of a sticky consistency to it once it's actually on the face. It applies very streaky. I've used many shea-based moisturizers, and they usually have more of an emollient punch that kind of gives the skin not only a hydrated, healthy look, but that kind of glowy look, which I appreciate in a moisturizer. You can use this around the eyelids. I'm sure they would not recommend that you do that because they want you to buy their eye cream, which I'll talk about in a moment. But I was able to use this around my eyelids with no problem. I don't know, in my opinion, this is kind of middle of the road. It doesn't wow me. It's not something I would buy again myself. I think there are better moisturizers out there. Check out some of my videos on the best moisturizers. And if you want a really, really good cruelty-free moisturizer, check out Pyongyang, okay, beauty brand. I find that their moisturizers outperform this, in my opinion. They pack more in the way of emulsion. They leave the skin looking dewy and hydrated, and this actually just kind of felt very sticky and tacky on my skin. So my preference would be the Pyongyang moisturizers. I'll list them down below, but this is not bad. Ingredient wise, it's fine. It gets the job done. Again, as I said, I think it would be a good one for people with rosacea who don't tolerate heavy moisturizers. Now the eye cream, I wish were the face cream, because the eye cream is actually pretty good. And I've said this in many videos, you don't need a specific eye cream for moisturizing the skin around your eyelids. The cream that you use on your face should be more than fine to use around the eyelids. Their eye cream differs from the face cream in that there's no niacinamide, which I know a lot of you guys find that niacinamide burns and stings and causes irritation. So the eye cream is free of niacinamide, and there's no shea butter in the eye cream. The eye cream has panthenol, which is wonderful for the moisture barrier, and it has sunflower oil in it, which is a nice emollient. The eye cream, like the face cream, is $16, but you only get 0.5 ounces. Yeah, I can't see you guys running out to buy that, but maybe you are waiting on the edge of your seat. For the Hydration Fill Under Eye and Smile Line Jelly Patches, these I enjoy using. I am someone who loves to use hydrogel eye patches. I love using them first thing in the morning. It's more of a relaxing therapeutic thing. I just find they kind of wake up the under eye areas. And patches like this you can also apply to the smile lines for just some spot focused hydration. The fluid has palmitoyl tripeptide 38, which is an industry peptide. Now, peptides in skincare products, they act as humectants, so they can improve hydration in the skin, temporarily smoothing out wrinkles and fine lines. But in the industry studies, they looked at wrinkle depth, I think, and they showed that this peptide helped in diminishing the appearance of forehead lines and crow's feet. For whatever that's worth, that's what's in this fluid, as well as ceramides. Oh, this also has niacinamide. Personally, I would have much preferred if Pacifica, rather than doing this, had taken this fluid and put it in a bottle and sold it as a hydrating toner that you could just pat on the face prior to applying your moisturizer. $7 for these 4 patches. To me, the ingredients on this fluid and the punch that it packs with those hydrating ingredients, why not use it to the entire face and to the neck? I mean, these are really good ingredients, beneficial for the moisture barrier. They should have just put this in a bottle and sold it as a hydrating toner. Anyways, fun to use, but not really necessary. And in summary, the products from Pacifica, they're overall okay. You know, they're kind of middle of the road. They're a little steep as far as the price point. They don't blow me out of the water. There are more affordable, cruelty-free options out there, but they're not bad products. So if you are somebody who wants cruelty-free and vegan skincare products, this line is perfectly fine and is not necessarily bad. I just feel like for the price point, you're kind of gonna be underwhelmed. Cetaphil came out with a product that I am loving. It is their mattifying acne moisturizer salicylic acid treatment. Y'all know from my videos, salicylic acid helps to remove some sun damage. It can help improve the look of hyperpigmentation, help accelerate the rate of clearance of hyperpigmentation. It's safe to use if you have a deeper skin tone. And it's also obviously great for acne. It's an acne treatment. However, it can be drying and irritating. If you have acne prone, sensitive skin, this line of products from Cetaphil was designed with you in mind. Very, very moisturizing salicylic acid leave-on product. In fact, this is so moisturizing. I mean, it's really, really thick. It's a dimethicone-based moisturizer, so it helps reduce water loss from the skin that can come with using an exfoliant like salicylic acid. This is a great product to incorporate into your routine, not only for acne control. A lot of you guys deal with closed comedones on the forehead, which is part of acne, but sometimes people just get them from maybe their hair care products. And so this would be a great product to incorporate in your routine. And what I love about it is that it stays in place. It doesn't transfer around to other areas of the face. It doesn't run into your eyelids, which is an area that's prone to a lot more dryness with sal acid. And let's talk about the real hero aspect of this. It's got kojic acid and licorice root. Both of those are great for those of you dealing with hyperpigmentation. Those of you out there who deal with hyperpigmentation, this is a product that you should definitely check out because it's got that kojic acid, which helps in inhibiting some of how pigment gets transferred around and ultimately would end up leading to discoloration. It's got that kojic acid in there. It's got salicylic acid to accelerate the rate of clearance of hyperpigmentation. It's super moisturizing, but it's not greasy. It's also got licorice root, another great ingredient for hyperpigmentation, as well as redness and reducing irritation. I mean, this is really well formulated. I was taken aback. I thought this was going to be very similar to the Peach Slices oil-free moisturizer that I've reviewed for you guys recently, which I also really, really love. The difference with this product is that it is a heavier moisturizer in comparison to the Peach Slices oil-free moisturizer. That's a lot more lightweight. That's more of a lotion consistency. This is more of a heavy hitter as far as addressing the needs of dryness. And the difference between the two products is that this has kojic acid in it, which is great for hyperpigmentation, while the Peach Slices oil-free acne moisturizer has centella in it, which is good for the moisture barrier and for improving healing and recovery. So some slight differences between the two. I love both of them. They're both fantastic leave-on salicylic acid moisturizers. There's just some subtle differences between the two. Oh, and the Peach Slices one is cruelty-free and vegan, by the way. So if you're looking for a cruelty-free vegan alternative to this, that would be the one for you. A lot of brands I've noticed have really been stepping into the 2% salicylic acid cleanser realm. And Cetaphil came out with the Clarifying Acne Cream Cleanser. Now, this is unique. Of all of the salicylic acid cleansers that I have reviewed, this is a true cream cleanser. I mean, when you put it on your fingertip, it's so thick that you can tip the finger upside down and it's not going anywhere. It's not running. It feels like a moisturizer going on. Once you massage it onto the surface of the skin, and then add in a little bit of water, you do start to get a creamy lather. There is lather to this and it rinses off the skin nicely, but it doesn't leave the skin feeling dry or stripped or anything like that. So it's a very good cleanser, a very good 2% salicylic acid cleanser. In contrast to the Peach Slices one that I recently reviewed for you guys, that one is, I would say, more hydrating. The Peach Slices one has centella in it. This one is a lot thicker. This one may even be a better choice in comparison to the Peach Slices one. If you have really, really exquisitely sensitive acne prone skin and you find that salicylic acid is just too drying for you, then give this one a try. I definitely think it's worth it, especially if you derive benefit from using salicylic acid in your routine. You just struggle with some of the side effects. They really put a lot of attention to detail as far as the formulation in these products from Cetaphil to minimize dryness and irritation. I finally got to try out the Neutrogena Stubborn Acne line, the stubborn marks. You may have seen the retinol make an appearance in one of my recent shorts, which thank you guys so much who are enjoying those. I'm happy to continue doing them. So their Stubborn Marks PM treatment, which is a retinol, and their AM treatment, which is a benzoyl peroxide. Now these two products are marketed to people with acne, but you don't have to have acne to use their retinol. All right, let's talk about the retinol. Retinol, as you guys know from my videos, is wonderful for acne control. It helps smooth out wrinkles and fine lines. It can boost up collagen production and remove sun-damaged skin cells. Retinol differs from retinoids like adapalene, tretinoin, tazarotene, in that your skin has to convert it to its active state. But once it does that, the ingredient is effective and can improve all of these measures that I just mentioned. And I've always recommended Neutrogena as a brand for a retinol because Johnson & Johnson really does put a lot of R&D into the formulation of their retinol. They've been formulating retinols for a long time, like since the advent of tretinoin. They have more patents than any other brand when it comes to retinol formulation. So I always recommend Neutrogena retinols. They are very good retinol products. The retinol is retinol SA, which is sustained action. It's a very good ingredient, and the sustained action is sort of a slow release formulation to minimize irritation. Another reason I'm such a fan of Neutrogena's retinol is that they actually do a lot of testing on actual people, and then they do testing to show that the retinol gets converted to that active state in the skin. So it's a really good retinol product in that sense. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes as far as ensuring that it actually works. Now, you'll notice on the Neutrogena SA retinol products that they all have this ingredient, Myrtus communis leaf extract. And that was shown to enhance the stability and efficacy of the retinol in their studies. So that's why it's in there. It helps the retinol get into the skin better, I think is what they shared in their industry studies. So that's why you always see it in there. And the retinol is stable. So I always recommend Neutrogena retinols because they do put a lot of R&D. Now, I've recommended in numerous videos, including my best retinols video, their Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. That is a thick cream that is marketed for people as an anti-aging cream. This is the same retinol, so it's gonna work the same, do the same things, but in a product marketed for people with acne-prone skin, and the vehicle, meaning all the inactive stuff, is a lightweight lotion. So it has a different consistency than the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. The Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream is a nice thick cream that when you put it on, it really gives the skin a glowy, bouncy look, and you almost appreciate an instant firming effect with that product. Whereas this is more of a lightweight lotion that is hydrating and is good for people who have very oily skin. But otherwise, that retinol that you're seeking out for either anti-aging purposes, improving hyperpigmentation, or acne control is the same retinol. So if you don't have acne, but you want to incorporate a retinol into your skincare routine, I would definitely recommend this. It's a matter of personal preference whether you choose this product or their Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream, which is a thicker consistency. Now, they have a lot of other retinol SA products. All of them are good, but some of them have fragrance. So this one does not, nor does the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. You have to get the fragrance-free one because they have one with fragrance and one without. So get the fragrance-free one if that's your choice to have a thicker cream. It's a very, very good product. This is also very, very good. Just a more lightweight, lotion-y consistency. So retinols are always used as part of the nighttime skincare routine. And what I like about this line and why it's kind of being marketed to people with acne is because it's kind of guiding the consumer as to how to also incorporate benzoyl peroxide into their acne skincare routine. Now, benzoyl peroxide is not really an anti-aging ingredient. Benzoyl peroxide is great for preventing acne breakouts. It's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and if you are on either oral or topical antibiotics, this can help reduce the risk that your bacteria will develop antibiotic resistance to the antibiotic. So we always recommend people with acne, for example, who are prescribed antibiotics, whether they be oral or topical, we always recommend that they incorporate a benzoyl peroxide into their acne routine in order to reduce the risk of antibiotic resistance. Now, if you've ever used benzoyl peroxide, you know that it's super drying and can be very irritating. This is a micronized form of benzoyl peroxide, and that actually, because of the smaller size, it reduces irritation substantially. And it's a nice lightweight gel consistency. That doesn't mean it's not gonna be drying though. It can still be pretty drying and irritating. 2.5% is a good percentage strength. It will treat acne. You don't necessarily need a higher percentage of benzoyl peroxide for it to be effective. Low is fine. Like retinol, benzoyl peroxide can be used to the entire face. However, because it is so drying, many times people don't tolerate doing that. Unlike retinol, you can use benzoyl peroxide as a spot treatment. So if you're somebody who here and there gets a breakout and you want a spot treatment, you're just gonna treat the pimple, benzoyl peroxide is a great thing to reach for. Just apply it to the pimple. Ideally, when you first start feeling it coming on in, that's when you want to use it. To be clear, retinol is a PM product. Benzoyl peroxide you can use morning or night, but if you're using retinol, then you're going to use this in the morning because you don't want to use these together. These you don't want to use together. That's why this is marketed PM and this is marketed AM. But if you don't use retinol and all you want is a benzoyl peroxide maybe for a spot treatment, then you can use this morning and night. You can use it twice a day. All right, and then Neutrogena came out with this cleanser. This is meant for people with acne-prone sensitive skin, kind of like some of the Cetaphil products. It's their Ultra Gentle Daily Cleanser with Pro Vitamin B5. kind of like the Pacifica one, is super gentle. Unlike the Pacifica one, there is like zero lather to this. I mean, you really have to squint to see any kind of lather to this, and it feels just like a moisturizer on the skin. It doesn't cleanse particularly robustly, which is, you know, good if you are dealing with a lot of peeling and irritation from topical products, especially acne products. If you are on Accutane, this would be a fantastic cleanser to use because it's so gentle, so gentle. Good for just removing dirt and impurities from the surface of the skin. However, you absolutely have to use an oil cleanser or a cleansing balm if you're wearing makeup or water-resistant sunscreen. This is not gonna touch it. It's super mild. Good for just, you know, helping to remove dirt and impurities, but all that other stuff, the cosmetic film and whatnot, you want a cleansing balm or cleansing oil before using this. Now, this product is a little bit of a, ooh, let's, you know, make a subtle tweak and sell another cleanser type of product, because if you look very carefully, there's very little difference between this cleanser and their ultra gentle creamy cleanser for sensitive and dry skin. They look the same, they feel the same, they perform the same. This has panthenol in it and that one does not. Panthenol is a great ingredient for the moisture barrier, so I'm guessing they added that in with people in mind who were going through a lot of dryness, peeling, impaired moisture barrier type situation with acne medications. But otherwise, they are very similar. And at first I thought, do they just repackage their old cleanser? They did tweak the formula ever so slightly, and the old cleanser, the ultra hydrating one, is still available. So it's just basically, they have another cleanser. So that's everything I've tried out recently from Pacifica, Neutrogena, Cetaphil. You know, CeraVe launched recently some very good products for people with acne-prone skin. And on the next slide, I'm gonna put a link to my video reviewing those products. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Those are fantastic as well. But if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.